Welcome back to another brown liquor review. I was just watching Game 6 of the NBA Finals, and I was just kind of like flipping through some of my old videos, and I actually realized that I have never reviewed Elmer T. Lee. This is just a disclaimer. Elmer T. Lee is basically my favorite bourbon, and so let me tell you why. Okay. First of all, it's a tough one to get. It comes out in the fall for the most part, and sometimes I think they release it in the spring. Well, in Pennsylvania, the Fine Wine and Good Spirits online store, I guess, released a bunch, or the distillery released a bunch, I'm not sure, for Father's Day. And so I just so happened to be browsing it, and I saw it, and so boom, hot. I got 3 of them. And I've been very fortunate to been able to buy it in the fall when it's time, and I usually at least have 1 bottle around. So now I've got a bunch extra, and so this one is actually from the fall. But this is Elmer T. Lee, right here. It is a great Buffalo Trace product. And so usually this is on like serious holdback, because I just don't know whenever I'm going to get it, and so I usually just hold back on it. But since there's a good basketball game on tonight, I figured I'd probably finish off this little bottle here and tell you a little bit more about it. So, this is a 12-year-old bourbon. It is a wonderful price. It's usually right at $32. Buffalo Trace, somehow, in my mind, they're basically the best distillery in the world. And their bourbons, they keep at reasonable prices, somehow. Even though they produce basically the best bourbons, they are responsible for Pappy Van Winkle and the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection, Elmer T. Lee, the W.L. Wellers, good old Buffalo Trace itself, cheaper stuff like Ancient Age. I mean, they're really good. Most of them, I mean, I've done reviews on a lot of their products, and even though they are highly sought after, they do not jack up the prices. And as a consumer, I think it's worth putting up with the fact that it's really hard to get. And you just kind of cherish the bottles that you do get. So, let me tell you about this. I'm going to do this one without tasting notes as well. I drink this pretty on the regular, on a week-to-week basis. And so normally I use a Glencairn glass when I'm writing tasting notes. But whenever I'm not writing tasting notes and I'm just watching a basketball game or some sporting event or my favorite TV show or cooking or whatever, I like to drink whiskey out of, a tumbler. This is a crystal one. It's got, you probably can't see it, it's got my last name in it. Just kind of makes it special. It's nice and heavy. And so I know that there could be like vapors going all over the place and I'm missing out. But it's not all about just trying to make the best tasting notes. It's about enjoying the whiskey the way that you like to. So this is the way I like to. This whiskey is ready to go straight out of the bottle. You can put like a drop in it or two. Once again, it's up to you. You can put ice in it if you want. For me, you don't need it, um, but whatever you like. On the nose, the reason why this is my favorite is it is a brown sugar bomb. It's so heavy on brown sugar. It's heavy on vanilla bean, not extract, not anything that's been manufactured in any kind of way. It's the good old get the vanilla bean, cut it down the middle, take out the pot or the seeds, and that's how good it smells. It's got some age to it. You get cedar and you get the char. Okay? But for the most part, it's just that delicious brown sugar smell. And so to that, I say cheers. It's velvety, it's silky. I wouldn't say it's smooth though. It does let you know that it's bourbon. The brown sugar comes through on the taste. It's very sweet. My dad likes this, so whenever he comes into town, this is always the bottle that I have ready for him, and he always says, "That's a whiskey that will get you in trouble." So it's easy to drink. Cola notes. Definitely some cherry, and the vanilla comes through, most certainly. Baking spices, cinnamon, most certainly. You also get like a mint on the nose. And there's definitely an herbal component in the finish. The finish goes on and on and on. It's one where, you can just sit back and enjoy this as much as you want. It's great. So if this is out there for Father's Day and you find it, this is a great gift for any father who enjoys bourbon or one who is just getting into bourbon. It's not complex, but it is just an amazing product. I think that someday, whenever I'm done tasting all these different kinds of whiskeys, I'll have like certain kinds of brands that I just love. So I'll have a certain bourbon, a certain rye, a certain like blended scotch, and then a certain single malt for each of the regions. So yeah, I'm still saying that I'm going to have many bottles because I love buying whiskey. It's just so much fun, and keeping your eye out for really fun things like this one is really nice. One of the orphan barrels that I reviewed, and I'm drawing a blank on it right now, was an extremely old version of this, and I remember saying it in that one. What was it called? I don't know. You'll have to look it up. But this one has the perfect amount of age on it, and I hope that you can find a bottle because it really is one of the great bourbons out there, and you're going to be able to afford it, which is always nice as well, right? This one gets a pretty high score from me. This one gets about, I'm going to say 93, and it is highly recommended. And if you're so fortunate, I would stock up if you ever find it. Be greedy when it comes to this one and drink them. Okay? I'm going to tune back in. I think the halftime's almost over. And I hope you have a great evening. I'm going to try to start doing more reviews again. And because it's really fun. Please like, subscribe, share. It's funny because I'm listed under Dan Fisher on Google, and if I want to switch an account all the way to Brown Liquor Reviews, I would have to change my email address and everything. And so I just don't think that's going to happen. So if you like this and you want other people who like whiskey, please share it with them. And I want to keep the conversation going. If you've ever had this, please let me know. Let me know if I'm overshooting it with a score of 93. But I think it's worth it. Okay? I will see you soon. Thanks.